There's content, there's vending on weekends, content creation from 5 until whenever at night, and then working a full-time job. I just left the corporate world last month. I'm very excited to be full-time for this sort of thing. So.
And they're getting enough sleep.
Yes, so thank you all for making that possible by watching my videos and supporting me. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I know a lot of folks out there, parents, they love what you do with the kiddos. Some of the parents, how many newbies to Pokemon parent-wise in the room? Anybody? All right. So what advice do you have for those parents if their kiddos are obsessed with Pokemon? What should they do to get started?
The first thing to do is memorize all 1,025 Pokemon. Know them by name, by sound, by sight. But really, it's just helping foster your child's passion for something. I was telling a group earlier this morning, it is so amazing when I'm at a show and the parents are just oblivious to what's going on. If they chose to spend the weekend, the day, the afternoon, doing something that their child is really, really passionate about. So, as a potentially oblivious Pokemon parent, just continue to be excited for your child and letting them explore the Pokemon world is something that just, it's leaps and bounds to help foster that.
Resources. What resources can parents look to?
Yeah, so someone asked me this morning, like, how do I protect my child's cards, right? So, you'll hear some terms, there's something called sleeves, which are very soft plastic sleeves that you put your cards in. You might hear the term top loader, that's a hard plastic sleeve. Always put your cards in a regular, like, soft sleeve, and then you can put that in something like a top loader. And then obviously binders, if you put cards in a binder, put them in a plastic sleeve first. And then I recommend binders where you load the card from the side into the page as opposed to the top. That way it doesn't spill out as easily. And then you get zip binders where the whole thing zips closed. So even if things slide out of the pages, it all stays contained within the binder. But at the end of the day, let your kids play with them. Don't worry too much if they're, taking it to the playground, putting it in their pockets. Pokemon is meant to be fun and enjoyed, and not the dollar shopping type of cards.
All right. That brings me to another question. Obviously, scalping is through the roof right now. How do we as collectors combat that to keep it authentic? What are your recommendations?
So my biggest recommendation is to try as best as possible to avoid buying sealed product on the secondhand market from people who are flipping product they bought at MSRP, either at Target or Walmart or whatever. And the other recommendation being, as much as fun as it is to open packs, buying singles helps kind of stop the scalping a little bit too, because you can't really scalp an open product. It's really just a sealed stuff that's being flipped, charged with Facebook marketplace and all that stuff. So that's my biggest recommendation. The other is, I think that it's not us to try to build it to scalp, but it's really the less of us that buy products for good prices, the less companies that use it.
Grading. Grading's a big thing right now. How do people figure it out?
Well, also, if you were looking for help submitting, I actually had a submission guide on YouTube to PSA and walks you through the process. Promo code Coops 25 for submission.
Jot that down, folks.
But in general, if you're looking at how do I know what grade my cards going to get pre-grading, if you want, I don't have any videos on my pre-grade cards, but there's tons of great content out there that talks to you. Here's what you look for on the back. Here's what you look for on the front. Here's how you look at the center and make sure it's center on. And then the other tools you can get, there's like centering tools that actually measure the distance between stuff. I just eyeball it, and that really comes with just practice. And I recommend take some cards you're interested in grading, just submit them, see what they get, and just kind of learn the process that way and get exposed to what sort of grading criteria exists out there.
Perfect. Pokemon Go fan?
I played Pokemon Go when it first came out in 2016. It was like the summer of Pokemon Go. Everyone was playing it. And I bounced off it a couple times. I like the idea of it, but I've never really gotten. My nephews love it. They ask me all the time to play Pokemon Go. So I might get back into it.
And that leads me to my next question. Favorite Pokemon?
My favorite is Steelix. I love Steelix. I got a top 5 or 6 would be Steelix, Metagross, Aggron, Nidoking, Rhydon, and Paxos.
Okay. Best card a fan's ever brought up to the table.
Oh man, I was gifted recently. You guys might know him, Sweaty Burger. He was one of my biggest supporters in the live stream. In fact, he flew from the Midwest to Virginia, and he gifted me a Pissington baseball hat, which was an amazing gift from him. One of the coolest things he's brought to me, I picked up a gold star first at Japanese here. Honestly, I've been gifted so many amazing Steve cards. People sign
Personal question, how many packs would you say you rip a week?
Honestly, I don't open that much anymore, especially not for myself. I was sponsored for a long time by Drip, which is an online platform, and they would give me a bunch of stuff every week or two to rip, what they call giveaways. So I was ripping them on stream and ripping all the packs. And during that time, it was probably, I would say, a booster box or two every like a week or so. But for me, like, I don't think the last time I found packs out there on like a Target or Walmart. It's tough to get stuff.
What are other places that you buy your merchandise from?
The Hidden Gem, which probably isn't that hidden, but Dirk Noble, Barnes & Noble, I found stuff all the time. But yeah, bookstores oftentimes have them. You might get like a gas station that's got packs on the roof, but yeah, like Hidden Gem, at least back in 2020, was Barnes & Noble. Nowadays, it's usually, I get pride from sponsors that want me to either sponsor or talk to them or shout out like to their shop, or I might have like a post like Drip and Single on something.
Hey, what about other content creators that you respect or look up to in the community? Who would you love to do a collaboration with? And just talk to folks a little bit about some of the other content creators that you recommend and that you like to get your content from.
Yeah, I got to meet Pat Flynn and Deep Pocket Monster at a bar party in Tampa just a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was the end of June. So we actually got to do a one-on-one panel after show that I'd love to do some more content with him at future bar parties. The other vendors like Bulbasaur, Jarchon, Evil Coop, you might have heard, is a great guy. I got to meet him recently. Pack Battles, Ditto Dudes, Gamblers, a lot of guys that I was watching before I started all great content creators. There's just so many people out in the space, and there's so many creators now. You just walking through the vendor hall today, you're going to see people with cameras set up, doing their thing, getting content, interacting with people.
And if any of the collectors in the room wanted to get started on the content creation side, what would your recommendation for them be?
I hate to hopefully ignite the debate, but just do it. Honestly, just take that first step. I got started, I just took my wife's old iPhone, set it up on a tripod, and just recorded the whole day, plugged in the power, because hey, I was a big battery guy. And then I was taking that content and editing it with some of the free software you can use. And I'm honestly just take that first step. And even if you don't like great content, just be a vendor. You don't have to have anything specific. You don't have to have a certain amount of inventory or cards. If you just have a couple of things, local shows. I mean, I was paying like $30 for the table for the day at a lot of the small work. My first show was 10 tables that I did. You don't have to do it until like Con, your very first show.
Or Pokemon.
But yeah, when I first started, even if I wasn't buying and selling a bunch of stuff, just getting to spend the day talking to people who really love the same thing that I love, which is Pokemon and Pokemon cards. It's just a fun afternoon just to meet people and chat Pokemon stuff. So yeah, I think my biggest thing is don't let your, I don't want to say fear, but any sort of anxiety of like, oh, I don't have the right cards, I don't have the right stuff. Just give it a shot and kind of see how it goes.
Biggest challenge for collectors as you see moving forward? Obviously, new products coming out consistently, new sites popping up. What's the biggest challenge for a collector, in your opinion, right now, in the current climate?
Yeah, I think building product is one thing. Looking packs is really tough. Having personal pricing, and then on the secondary market, like everything's just gotten really expensive. As a seller, it's great. As a buyer, it's really rough. I watched a video. That's almost how I understand. It's like at the end of the day, you can't own everything, and so I, as a collector, I've had to change my collecting goals a lot over the years as I've been pressed out of really cool cards. I think about it similar to like the art world or just sports car rollers. Like, I'm not going to own a Lamborghini or things like that, but hey, maybe I'll get a nice Wrangler someday, right? Or something like that. So I think it's tough as renters to find their path, and then just there's so much demand that prices just even on singles.
Yeah, absolutely. Prized possession in your collection.
My favorite card that so I'll do two. One is just a random card that's great. It's the Mario Pikachu. I love the Mario Pikachu print on this. Coolest crossover I've ever seen. One of my cross my friends that they do like the Sonic one, Sega. And then I got to meet Coops Collection, who's one of the artists who did all the Poncho Pikachus and Toy Pikachu. And I got a signed Ferrari, their Delta species, that says to Coop. He's signing, he's got a little Ferrari sketch. And he was the inspiration to me to do little sketches with toys as well.
Awesome. Any video games?
Yeah, I love video games. I have a.
What's your favorite one?
I play a lot of MMOs. So Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2. I started playing World of Warcraft Classic for the first time in December. I have a gaming YouTube channel called Coops Gaming, and I stream on Twitch. But I love MMOs, and I love RPGs. I just started playing Claire Obscura Expedition 33. I'm at 2 hours in. Very good so far with the
Awesome. You open it up to questions from the fans? All right, so I'm going to go around. We're going to get as many in as we can. So if you have a question for Coop, raise your hand and I'll come find you. Everybody over here? Everybody here? All right. All right, buddy. We're going to start here. Tell Coop your name and what your question is. Aiden is asking, what is your favorite Pokemon game?
I'm a Gen 1er, so I grew up on Red and Blue, and I love the Gen 3 remake. So if I had Red and Blue, I'm probably my favorite.
All right, I'm going to go back here. Say your name and your question.
Hi, my name is MJ. Have you been to Buc-ee's yet since you've been in
I
Texas?
have not, but someone brought me some gifts in a Buc-ee's bag. So I have some Buc-ee's merch already.
All right. Gotta give you the Buc-ee's.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I gotta use that. Yes.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon what? Oh, my favorite set. Oh gosh. I hate to be cliche and say base set, but it's probably a base set. But I also love the E-series of Expedition, Skyrim, and Apocalypse as well.
What was the card that sparked your interest in collecting?
So when I was a kid, the very first Pokemon card I ever got was a base set Sandshrew. I'd seen the shows, I didn't know that there were cards, and I had a friend over, and he had Pokemon cards. First time I ever seen it, he gave me a Sandshrew as a gift. And from that point on, I knew I wanted to play Pokemon. I fell out of it a little bit, probably around 12 or 13, and then just got back into it a couple of years ago. That one Sandshrew sparked my first passion for Pokemon.
Awesome. Here we got a question over here.
Hey, I'm Jay Houston. I wonder what's your favorite promo Pikachu? Like Montrose, Launches? Which one is your favorite?
So besides Mario Luigi, man, I don't know it yet, but wait, I can't see it. I'm gonna say the 2016 Professor Pikachu. Oh, it's got the Mario Luigi. And, black little CGCs, that's nice. Yeah, I would say the best 2016 Pikachu that's got the 3 starters on it too. Awesome.
All right, and another question, your name.
My favorite Pokemon is a starter, so I'm just going to know what your favorite starter is. My favorite starter is probably Totodile. I'm also a huge Squirtle fan as well.
All right, what's your name, buddy? Hey, Sammy, what's your question for Coop?
What's his favorite promo card?
Promo card. There is a promo Japanese Steelix that came in this scissor and Steelix deck that was specifically for Japan. Is that a really cool Steelix promo?
Awesome. Any other questions back here? Any questions for Coop?
I got enough, Chris.
Favorite edition?
I'm not actually an SCI. I always went with Jolteon in the original games because I used the electric type, but yeah, I think now it's
All right, we got another question over here.
How long do you see yourself collecting?
Forever. Hopefully, forever. Yeah, I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Any other questions over here?
I got another front person.
Oh, all right.
What's your favorite legendary, mythical, and ultra rare?
I think my favorite legendary is 18 now. Mythical Selby. And then I like the Steelmont guy that's got the swords for arms. Yeah.
Awesome. Any more questions? We got questions back here. Anybody have a question for Coop? All right, here we go.
Have you had your baby fidget starter yet?
He can't crawl yet. So as soon as he can crawl, those starters are hitting the floor.
All right. That'll be soon. It's coming. Any other questions for Coop back here? Anybody else have any questions for Coop? All right, hold on. We got a little guy up here. And guys, keep the center aisle clear, please.
What's your favorite baby Pokemon?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Evansville.
All right. Any other questions for Coop?
Oh, we got another one up here.
What is your favorite